What's up, y'all? I had two videos today because I had two things in my brain. But they may not run back to back, y'all. There's no order to this. Time is not linear. Um, so I wanted to talk about really quickly, um, missing opportunities. So as many of you know, I'm looking for an executive assistant. I'm looking for my Willie. Let me be clear. And no one has messaged me yet and told me that they understand the reference. So I look forward to, to when someone's like, oh, I got it. But, here's the deal. And I use these situations as examples of things that I see moving and operating as best as possible. And it's never to shame anybody. It's never to make anybody feel bad. It's the reason why I don't use people's names. But there are anecdotes that I think are important for us to be in reflection about, should we choose to. So, I believe there's always we can be in our feelings or we can be in our freedom. And I think there's always a choice, right? And usually if I'm stuck in my feelings, I'm stuck in my feelings. I'm not moving towards my freedom. And that doesn't mean I can't have feelings. But the process is to move them, is to allow them to flow freely through me. So, because on the other side of whatever those feelings are, is often a connection to a greater sense of liberation inside my own being. So, I say all of that to say there are a lot of people who, let me not use exaggerative words. There have been multiple people who have expressed feeling some kind of way about my request for them to take the Clifton Strengths Assessment. And here's what I want us to reflect on, right? Is that our resistance often is about our inability to see an opportunity that is for us, right? And so if you can't see an opportunity, then you can't seize an opportunity. If you can't see something and see about how it is for you, then there's nothing, then you can't do anything with it. And so, particularly around this Clifton Strengths Finder assessment, right? What's interesting I find about the resistance is it's not just send the results to me, you never see them. It's a tool for you. I just happen to want the information from the tool that's for you. It is an investment in yourself beyond whether or not you end up working for me or not. And so an unwillingness I'm calling it an unwillingness because I very clearly in the thing said, if the cost is prohibitive, talk to me, right? So if you are protesting, it can't be about, I don't see how it could be about that because I've given an avenue as it relates to that. So then the only thing that I can see is that it's about a resistance to being in your own inquiry about you, about wanting to know more about you. And if you don't want to know more about you, then why would I want to know more about you? If you don't want to know more about you, if you don't want to know, if someone says, oh, here's the tool, and I don't want that tool, then you aren't interested in building whatever it is that I'm building. So what I want from people, and this is a clue, welcome to clues if you're thinking about applying for the executive assistant position, is I want people to say, no, I mean, yes, I want you to be like, oh, of course I'll take the test. That's an opportunity to work with Sonia. Because that's what I want. I want somebody who sees that I'm fucking awesome and is like, fuck yeah, I want to kick it with that awesome. She gonna pay me to kick it with her? Yes. That's who I'm calling into my life. Is someone who's like, oh, I get paid to kick it with this dope broad. That's the energy that I'm interested in. And if that's not your energy, then we're not aligned. Because again, what's important to me is right relationship, right? Is that I want to be as enthusiastic about you. Because I'm going to be enthusiastic about you. I'm only building relationships with people that I feel enthusiastic about. And so if you're not an enthusiastic guest, we're not a match. But beyond that is I want people who see an opportunity for themselves. And the opportunity isn't the opportunity to work for Sonia. The opportunity is, oh, somebody just put me on game about a tool that better helps me be able to describe my particular and unique gifts out in the world for whatever it is I decide to do. For the low price of $20? Word. Of course I will. Of course I will. Because that's not about Sonia. It's about you. It's about what the universe would like to give you. I want somebody to see that like, oh, I didn't even know about that test. That's an opportunity for me to learn more about me. If you can't see the thing in the world that first comes up as resistance in you, as opportunity, your state will never change. You will continue to be in the exact same place, navigating the exact same things time and time again. Because there's an unwillingness to move past one's personal resistance. Because the other day I said, your resistance is about you, boo. And so if you can't see what's on the other side of your resistance, if you're not willing to move through your resistance to see the opportunity on the other side, then you're going to be in a life of stagnancy. Because to grow is to be able to spot the opportunity for growth. And that lives outside, that, like I said, that lives on the other side of your resistance. So that's just a word that I want to put out there because I believe it's going to help somebody on their journey in terms of mindset shift. You got to think differently. Isn't that a strange picture? It's a person covered in chocolate and then Cheetos. My friends are odd. You've got to be willing to think on the other side of your resistance. You got to be willing to think through your resistance. And if you're not willing to think through your resistance, then you will be stuck in your resistance. And that ain't freedom. So I just wanted to drop that. I'm hoping that that's helpful for someone's journey. I am so excited about this relationship I'm about to build with this person who's coming onto my team to be my mama would say my ace boon coon. That's what my mama would say. And I'm certain that has some terrible racist connotation to it as I say it out my face. But I'm looking for partners, for life partners. I'm looking for a life partner. So I know that feels like a lot, like that's a commitment. But it's true. I want somebody who's like, oh, yep. Wherever she's going, I'll go. Is it you? I don't know. Bye.